BJ from Game Gumbo. I've got my guest here, Jeremy Howard from Man vs. Meeple, and also from the worldwide hit podcast.
Pile of Games.
Yeah, Pile of Games. So, the worldwide #1 podcast, Pile of Games. Let's talk some Tidal Blades, Jeremy.
Oh my God, are you kidding me, dude? This game right here. You want to talk about when you go from like you just don't care about a game. You see a Kickstarter page, you're like, okay, keep scrolling. I honestly, I'll be honest with you, I was 100% that way. It was almost like Everdell, where I was just like, yeah, whatever. All right. And I just kind of decided, hey, this was, beautiful artwork, no game substance at all. Yeah, I was just really bad. I read the rule book. I wasn't very interested, which is something I usually do. Even a game that I'm not interested in, I usually read the rule book. A year later, talked to the publisher. Boom, he got me to play it. I was like, oh my God, this game is really fun. And then as I played it more and more, I got more into it. And and then I played it solo just recently on Sunday. I played it several times, but I played the solo mode on Sunday live. And I just, even though I got my butt kicked live, I had some bad moves live. I was
Jeremy,
like, oh boy, I'm making bad moves.
There's
live.
a lot going on here, man.
There's a lot going on.
What is this game about?
So this is the thing. You're champions, and you're these champions, and you're going around. Oh, you got the board right there. I was about to show Dustin's board right here. But you got these champions. You're going around these different islands, these little small islands, and you're placing your workers there and grabbing resources like fruit, which help you with re-rolls, to help you roll more dice, or shields that help protect you from bad rolls. And they have this kind of like little mechanisms in there that make it really cool. First of all, your character has its own deck with its own abilities and features that you can unlock by doing some of these challenges that are in the game. The challenge cards have different like little icons on them, and the icons on them, let me see if I can just grab some out real quick. The challenge cards have little icons on them, and when you complete those icons, when you're doing your rolls, you will buff up the stat on your character. Yeah, you'll buff up the stat on your character board. So you'll roll these dials up and down based on what you've completed. Now, you ultimately can gain victory points as you move up, but they also develop different things. Like they develop your skills. Like this one right here develops the power of your cards. This one right here allows you to roll more dice. This one right here actually allows you to go into your character deck and grab cards and develop your abilities. And each one of them is asymmetrical decks, and they are actually useful. I like that. This one right here allows you to refresh your dice and bring them back and upgrade them. Now, here's the kicker for that. Hold on one second. You have these dice, and the dice that you get, they can upgrade. Okay, so they can go from like your base die like this, the white die with like the worst amount of chances ever, to this one right here that comes like two icon specific, to one that becomes more specialized where it has like pretty much great success. And then you have like a faction die that has basically everything you want. And you're upgrading these dice as you go along. Another cool thing about this game is that you have these shields. So like when you're rolling bad rolls, you have to roll this attack die that's kind of like representing you fighting through stuff. And it will hit you. And when it hits you, you need to have these shields. Well, each character has this shield card right here. And the shield card, you put the shells on there. And when you put the shells in, you accumulate so many, you can actually get rid of them. And then you can make the die whatever you want. So it's like a way to like mitigate bad rolls. I've never seen that before in a game, by the way.
No, I can't think
Never seen that. I've never seen that in a game before. And I actually was playing with a designer. He was just like, I wish I would have thought of something like that. And he's pretty tough on games. Stan Kordansky. Yeah, he's very tough on games. He was like, I actually like that right there. From Stan, that's a big high compliment. He's very tough. But yeah, there's a lot of crazy things going on in this game. You're fighting off monsters, and the monsters they kind of come into the fold. They have icons on them as well, and they move down and they attack the village and whatnot. But the monsters come in, and you have to attack them before they roll out. But this is also another opportunity for you to gain abilities, so for fighting them off. The big one, another big thing is that this is kind of a restricted game. It doesn't have a lot of turns. So you are going to feel the pressure of maybe not feeling like you don't have enough time to do things, or maybe you do, but it's going to be different from game to game, and the decisions are going to pull you both ways. But between the combinations of fighting monsters and doing these kind of quests in front of the judges, you're going to move up the champion board and you're going to score points. There's a lot of stuff going on in this game you would never expect it by looking at this gorgeous looking, supposedly looking family game that actually ends up being a medium weight Euro. A very good one.
That is what I thought when I looked at the cover and during the Kickstarter campaign. This is Druid City Games, Tim Eisner and Ben Eisner. When I looked at it, I thought this was a family style game. This
Sweet Jesus,
like there's some meat. Great podcast, man. All the background.
My dinner was 2 hours late. I'm charged up right now.
No, but it's more than a family game, Steve. It looks like there's a lot of meat on the bones.
It really does, and each game is a one-off, or is there some continuity? Like it feels like there's a character in there that you're getting attached to.
Okay, so that's the thing. Like each character, like when you say like people are like, oh, it's replayable. You just play with other characters. Well, okay, like let's say like Pioneer Days. You got different characters with different abilities. Great. Mm-hmm. Well, this one has different decks that are thematic to that character, so they may not develop the same way every time, because when you do hit that marker, you take 2 cards out, you choose between one or the other. Okay. And then as you add those, I mean, like when we were done, everybody was like, I was like, just look through your decks and just read the cards in your deck. And they were like, oh, I could do that with this and that one, that, and that person allows me to do this. I mean, it's just, you don't get a chance to get it all. And it gets enough care, it puts enough meat on the stick to make you want to, you want meat on bone. You don't want it on a stick. And and it just keeps on. I just want to emphasize there is not enough turns in this game. You feel like there's not enough turns, and that can be.
I love games like that. Man.
Yeah, we're going to talk about a game Takenu that's like that too. It's just you just have to be smart with your turns. You just have to.
Jay says family style, but still kind of crunchy.
And it's not family style. That's the thing. It looks like it.
Looks like
it. That is the kicker. It looks like it. The actions are simple. The choices that you must make and in the timing that you have to would definitely not lend itself to younger gamers.
And that's Tidal Blades from Druid City Games, designers Tim Eisner, Ben Eisner.